You ever been so stuck between two choices that you just end up choosing neither of them? Today, we're going to dig into how that kind of hesitation can absolutely paralyze you, and we're going to do it through the really simple but kind of tragic story of a starving donkey.
Okay, so let's get into this story. Picture this. There's a donkey, and it is in bad shape. It's desperately hungry, desperately thirsty, basically stumbling around on the verge of total collapse.
And then, just when you think it's all over, it sees it. Salvation. Exactly what it needs to survive. A big bale of hay and a fresh bucket of water.
But, and here's the cruel twist, the hay and the water were the exact same distance away. I mean, perfectly symmetrical. If one of them had been just a single step closer, this story would have a totally different ending. But it wasn't.
And so, the donkey just freezes. It looks at the water, then it looks over at the hay. Back to the water, then back to the hay. Its mind is just racing, you know? It's trapped in this endless loop, trying to figure out the perfect first move, and it just can't commit. And so, in the end, surrounded by everything it needed, the donkey just collapsed and died. What's so wild about this story isn't just how sad it is. It's the lesson, right? The donkey got so obsessed with finding the perfect first step that it never took a step at all. It literally analyzed itself to death.
Now, obviously, this story isn't just about a poor donkey. It's about us. This kind of paralysis has a name, and believe me, it's a trap we all fall into.
I mean, let's be honest. Aren't we all a little bit like that donkey sometimes? We're faced with two good options, two really solid paths, and we get so terrified of making the wrong choice that we end up making no choice at all.
This is what we call analysis paralysis. You know that feeling, right? When you have so many options, so much information, that your brain just kind of short circuits, and instead of picking something, you just stop. You're paralyzed.
And we see this in all the big life decisions. Choosing a major, picking a career, starting a side hustle. We can spend months, even years, weighing all the pros and cons, making spreadsheets. We're convinced that if we just think a little bit harder, the perfect answer will magically appear. But you know what? It never does.
And that brings us to the most crucial point of all. The reason we get stuck is that we're searching for something that just doesn't exist. The perfect choice is a complete myth. This quote absolutely nails it. See, the goal isn't to figure out the perfect path right from the start. The goal is just to start walking. You can't think your way to a better life. You have to act your way there.
The real truth is you're never going to have 100% of the information. And you know what? That's totally okay. The whole key is to make the best decision you can with what you know right now, and then just move.
And maybe think about it this way. There are no wrong choices. There are only learning opportunities. Every single step you take, even if it feels like it's in the wrong direction, gives you valuable information. It teaches you what you don't want, which is just as important as knowing what you do want.
So how do we actually get better at this? Well, you have to stop treating decisiveness like some gift you're born with. It's not. It's a muscle. It's a skill that has to be forged through practice.
Yeah, think of your mind like a blacksmith's forge. You can't make strong steel by just thinking about it, right? No, you gotta apply heat, pressure, and you have to hit it with a hammer. Every single tough choice you make, that's a strike of the hammer. It's forging a stronger, more decisive you.
So how do you actually build this muscle? You gotta start small. Decide what you're having for lunch in under 30 seconds. For the bigger stuff, commit to a path for a set amount of time, like a year, just to gather some real data. You have to embrace that feeling of discomfort. That's how you know the forge is working. And most importantly, you've got to be consistent. It's all about building the habit.
Okay, so all of this boils down to a super simple but really powerful strategy you can use anytime you feel that paralysis creeping in. Let's call it the act and adjust strategy.
See, the magic isn't in that first choice. The magic is in the loop. Act, learn, adjust. Then you do it again. Act, learn, adjust. This isn't about making one perfect decision. It's a constant process of moving forward and tweaking your path. That's how real progress is made.
So just remember this. The greatest failure isn't making the wrong choice. The greatest failure is making no choice at all. Because that is the only way to guarantee you go absolutely nowhere.
So I'll leave you with this question. What's the hay and water in your life right now? What are those two options you're hesitating between? The lesson from our poor donkey is simple and is pretty urgent. Don't starve to death standing between two good things. Just pick one. Take a step. You can always adjust your path later. The most important thing is just to move.